She is a gold medalist gaining attention on and off the slopes. Born and raised in California, teen Eileen Gu chose to represent Team China instead of the U.S. You can imagine how Twitter responded. But her story isn't unique. Every Olympics, dozens of athletes opt to trade in their stars and stripes thanks to Rule 41. Let me explain. Rule 41 is part of the Olympic Charter, navigating how and how often athletes can choose a country to represent. If you have multiple citizenships, it's dealer's choice. That's when athletes may weigh their odds on where they're more likely to make the national team or get sponsorship deals. Sidebar, not all countries recognize dual citizenships, but the U.S. does, which can lead some athletes to seek out additional options despite still living and training in the U.S. Another sidebar, some countries actually seek out athletes with the promise of citizenship. China is accused of recruiting their hockey teams, made up of mostly overseas players. When an athlete changes country representation, it's called a transfer of allegiance. Fitting, right? But back to the charter, it's not a total free-for-all. Country changes have to be approved by the International Olympic Committee and come with a 3-year waiting period unless the committee votes to reduce that time. Meaning athletes like Bubba Newby can't compete for Ireland during the Olympics, then compete for America a few months later. In the spirit of the Olympics, Rule 41 creates more inclusion, especially in winter sports. Without it, snowless countries would never be represented. Check out this women's bobsled team. The American-born athletes helped Nigeria qualify for their first ever Winter Games in 2018 and even self-funded it. Hard to get mad at that. What do you think of all the Olympic country swapping? Un-American or understandable? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and be sure to rate this story on the Straight Arrow Bias Meter.